Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody is ready for the weekend. It is finally freaking Friday, and I hope all your weekend dreams come true. Be careful out there, of course. Um, I'm here at one of my many, many loves in life, the Red Brick House, and one day, hopefully sooner than later, I'll be actually waking up here and doing my morning video from that spot right over there. Or I don't know, my wife might want that corner. So maybe on this corner over here, but the lighting is better on that one in the evening because that's where the sunlight comes in. But you can see the lighting in here is actually really, really good no matter where you are. And it's great working on a piece of history because, as much as we try to forget things that happened in the past, if you do not learn from things that happened in the past, you are destined to repeat them in the future. And this is where learning about all of the things that were the Red Brick House and all of the ups and downs that it went through throughout history are all things that made this place what it is right now. And that's where we are with the Cowboys. The Cowboys seemingly have not learned from the past and kept repeating the mistakes that they made over and over again. You know me, if you've been watching me and my channel for years, two things that I'm always talking about are A, interior defensive line, one technique, and that's partially because I was a nose guard, okay? They don't even call it nose guard. I am so old. Here's how old I am. Things that I used to do playing football don't really exist anymore. They used to be the wedge on kickoffs, right? Where you get five guys together, five big guys, and they would be out in front to block for the runner. My job was to be a wedge buster. I literally would be running 40 yards downfield as fast as I could and sacrificing my body into the wedge to try and bust the wedge. Doesn't exist in football anymore. I played nose guard. Back in the day, that was what they now call a one technique or a nose tackle. So that's how old I am. And being a guy who understands being in the middle, I, of course, want to have great players in the middle. Cowboys are kind of like, meh. Defensive. You're a defensive end, so you can play tackle. And a tackle, well, he can play nose tackle. It's just a tackle. It's not any big deal because they're always about sizzle than substance. So the Cowboys, less than 3 weeks away because, 3 weeks from today will be day number 2 of the draft. And we'll be in Kansas City. Kansas City, here we come. Yeah, that's right. Me and DMV and Game Time and Prime Time too. Oh, we'll throw in David Wiley. We'll be in Kansas City. We'll be covering the draft and bringing you the sights and the sounds. So make sure you subscribe and follow along. But we'll be there in Kansas City as the Dallas Cowboys do the draft. Now, all the mock drafts have the Cowboys, of course, going for a running back because that's what they do. And if the Cowboys end up spending that number 1 pick they have on a running back, it's basically repeating history and not learning from it, not looking at the landscape that is the NFL. Derrick Henry is tradable. Derrick Henry had 1,300 yards. Nobody's trading for Derrick Henry. Eckler, they said, hey, why don't you go get another deal? Nobody's trading for him, and he is basically, I can't go back to the Chargers. He is literally a man without a country right now. And you look at Barkley, who turned down a $12.5 million long-term deal, is playing on a franchise tag for only 10, and probably will be let go at the end of the season because running backs are not in vogue. And if Bijan Robinson falls to the Cowboys, it's because everybody else recognizes getting a great running back and wasting that first-round pick on a running back where you could use it elsewhere is not winning football. Here's my dream scenario. My dream scenario is, oh my goodness, this is crazy. That what we're getting, of course, is the normal draft stuff where you want to baffle them with bullshit, okay? You literally want them not to know what you're going to do. I want to guard Steve Avila, okay, would be fantastic. Plug in right now and play. The dream scenario would be, because see, here's a couple of reasons why it could actually work. One, the Dallas Cowboys like to get the top prospect at a position, no matter where they're drafted in the first round. So if they're 25 or 26, it's not going to be a quarterback. It's not going to be an edge rusher. It's not going to be a left tackle. It's not going to be a cornerback. All those positions will probably have 3 or 4 guys already taken off the board. Guards, centers, tight ends, and interior defensive linemen, they don't go that high. I would love a possibility that Steve Avila kind of falls and keeps falling, and the Cowboys do one of those moves that they do, where they back it up, back that thing up, and pick up an extra pick. If you got him in one of the 30-day visits, oh man, I've talked about him a couple times here, guys. Darnell Washington. Boom! Tight end. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, we're good. We got Ferguson. We got Hendershot. We're good right there. They're going to be good. But he is 6'7". See, look, my wife is like, good Lord, 6'7", big guy. He's got a 31-inch vertical leap. And at 6'7", that gets up, that's up in the air. That's up in the air. If you can trade back and possibly get him in like the second round and get guard Steve Avila, you're not going to tell me that that's better than getting Bijan Robinson? Because a guy that's 6'7" that runs a 4.6, 4.61. I used to run 4.6, believe it or not. Yeah, I did back in the day, but I'm old now. But a guy that can move that well, that's that tall, when you talk about security blanket, you know, here's one of those memories that as a Cowboy fan we hate. Think about the catch. Yeah. Dwight Clark on the end zone line, standing way up, which looks like the pass is actually being thrown away, and coming down and beating the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. That's what that kind of size does. That's the kind of guy who, when the play breaks down, the blocking breaks down, the quarterback looks for, as it was originally quoted for Troy Aikman, the security blanket. That's a good security blanket. And I would love to see us go ahead and go for substance instead of sizzle this year. And no matter where we go, the thing that we always at least do is, for the most part, is we get guys that we plug in right now and can play and make an impact. And I'm hoping it's not a running back. All right, I got my wife over here, and she's ready to get to work. We're going to get some of this stuff up here in the ceiling so we can try and get most of it done. And then I got some plumbing to deal with, and then I got an inspector coming through for our sewer line because, you know, we're full of shit. We need it to be able to go someplace. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies. And if you like what you're seeing right here, of the Red Brick House, check out my other channel, Joe Boo's Day Job, because we've got a lot of content on there where we've been literally rebuilding this place, and it's actually nice. You know, we got a ceiling fan over there, although it's cold today. Don't need the fan on. It was 82 yesterday. It's like 47 today. So actually, the heat, that's what we need now. So, Rondo, come in here and get these units put in. But check it out, because we are putting this thing into high gear and trying to get her done. And every time we come down, the place changes for the better. I'm Mark Holmes. I appreciate you. Peace.